Hey, what's up, YouTube? You already know I'm AllCity with AllCityLiveTV.com, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we finna get into the Boosie and Lori Harvey situation, currently trending on Twitter. Boosie made his way onto Vlad TV and had some harsh comments to say about Lori Harvey. And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, I did not like the way Vlad TV sort of demeaned and belittled Lori Harvey. We don't know much. I don't think anybody knows much about Lori Harvey, man. I barely any recordings of her even speaking. A lot of people don't even know how she sounds. All they know is that they've seen pictures of Lori Harvey. We're talking about Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, currently with Michael B. Jordan, and people have a lot to say about the people she's been with throughout the industry. And that's how Vlad TV started off one of these questions with Boosie, and Boosie ended up taking the heat for what he had to say. So he has to take responsibility for his comments, but I think Vlad TV setting the interview up in this way, he causes a lot of drama within urban culture, and there's some of the things that I don't agree with. Why is it that grown men are speaking about body counts of young women? Stop objectifying these women, man. Stop it with the nonsense. There's a young lady. And I'm not trying to defend anybody or speak. I'm speaking through my principles, my morals. I don't speak about young women and the people they've slept with, especially when you don't know anything about them. You objectify women. We know women objectify themselves. I'm speaking about this stuff. We know I do 2K content most of the time, but 2K ain't giving up nuts. So we speaking about these celebrities because these celebrities are nuts. They live in an alternate universe, and their thought process, I think about like how I would have been if I would have stood in my 20-year-old frame of thinking, my 20-year-old mindset. How would I be right now if I didn't evolve and develop certain principles, develop certain morals? How would I objectify people in general? How would I be living? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you got to evolve, you got to change, you got to grow, you got to gain some level of wisdom. You got to understand that when you 40 plus years old, I don't know exactly how old Boosie is, but when you that old and you're speaking about women, be this and be that, calling them out their name, you're influencing a ton of young people that are watching you. Why can't you take that into consideration? You got kids watching you talking about women like this, talking about we should commend the bachelors for running through beautiful women. What in this? When I say alternate universe, I mean alternate universe. People are lost. What is it? Listen, you're only exposing your own insecurities. And now, there's real talk, man. Like I said, I'm only speaking through, it's my opinion, it's my platform. I'm speaking my principles and my morals. You're only showcasing and exposing yourself when you put your insecurities on Front Street in this way, when you think you gotta objectify and speak poorly about another human being. We understand, listen, I'm from the hood culture. I grew up in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, in the projects, born and raised. So I understand conversations that men have amongst themselves. I get it. I get how you can speak. But when it comes onto a large public platform, conduct yourself with some respect, especially when your words are going to influence a ton of other people. Show some respect. So stop objectifying women, stop belittling and demeaning women in general, because first of all, I know plenty of women that run circles around a bunch of these dudes out here with this mentality like conquest overall. What do you get out of running through beautiful women? What do you get out of that? You get a notch on your belt. You get a memory that you barely remember their names. And why is it that there's this double standard where, like somebody like Boosie is talking about, you just run through them, but you don't marry them? For what? What do you gain out of that? Like, come on, be real. Listen, take yourself into consideration. If you ran through a woman and you felt like you got this kind of sense of accomplishment because you kind of knocked down a woman in your own world, you felt like you knocked them down, and what do you get out of that on the next day? How does that benefit your life? You finna tell the homies like, yeah, I took that down? That's what you finna do? And then how does that change your life in any way? And this is where I think it confuses a lot of people, and it confuses these young folks to come and start conquesting and treating women differently. A lot of these dudes that are talking about you should commend The Bachelor, and like there's this double standard where when women do the same thing as men is looked at differently upon women. And for Lori Harvey, the situation with Lori Harvey, we don't even know her. You don't know if she's a really good person. Why can't you speak on her heart instead of speaking on, listen, I don't know. But why do we choose to overlook what men do when they have a show over here or a show over there, and they got their wife at home and they're knocking down multiple women in different states because they're on some conquest to fulfill their insecurities? Like, get it together, y'all. So don't let these celebrities fool you, because the celebrities themselves want something very real. I've been fortunate enough to find a really good woman, and there is nothing in this world that can compare to having a relationship like with a good woman. A woman that got your back, a woman that's with you. And it's not about her having my back. It's about we got each other's back. And we are the people like this that come together like that and show their union, proud of their union. These people are admired by all. Because it's hard out there to find a good partner. And everybody really wants to find a good partner, because it's really empty and lonely when you're just seeking out conquests left and right. It's an empty and lonely life, which is why you fill your life with drugs and alcohol and going out and keeping your mind busy, because the second you settle down, the second that you settle and you in your hotel room or you in your home by yourself, after those memories fade of the conquests that you had in every single state after every single show, you're left with yourself. How many principles can you count that you have? How high a standard? How good is your morals? How close is your relationship to God? Everybody wants a good partner by their side to share in this thing we call life. So don't let these celebrities fool you into thinking that you got to conquest the next beautiful woman, or you got to conquer the next beautiful woman that you see out there. Stop objectifying these women. Stop letting, we further encourage this society that we grew up in, where you got to fit this Barbie doll profile. And although this Barbie doll profile has changed dramatically from my era, it has changed dramatically. We now put in a position where, beauty is, beauty comes in all shapes and forms. How do you define beauty? And that's where things start. What is it that you're defining as beautiful? Find that answer out first. And this happens from people with the most money to people with the least amount of money. Especially when you're on this platform where you have a huge influence, this is the perfect opportunity to share something different and help us grow instead of hurting each other. How about that? Well, guys, these are my thoughts and opinions about the Boosie situation. I hope you guys found this video helpful and or informative. And if you did, please consider dropping a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, as we intend to have a ton of content coming your way. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.